remember when my daughter, who's 27 years old now, when she was a baby, and we didn't have a television, and she'd never heard rock and roll. We didn't have any radios. We didn't know no rock and roll at all in our home ever. And she didn't know anything about it. And we went to my mother's house, her grandmother's house, and the television was on, and some commercial had the rock and roll on, and she started boogie-woogieing. She was a toddler. What made her do that? It wasn't culture. She never went to dance school. The music made her do that. Music with a backbeat. And Frank Garlock observes that the traditional beat of music, the straight beat, or emphasizing the first part of the beat, reflects the heartbeat and the rhythm of our own bodies, a natural rhythm of our own bodies. Whereas the backbeat, the rock beat, goes against the body's rhythm. That's why it's so sensual. That's what he observes with his doctorate in music, Eastman School of Music. And that's why this rock music is so physical, and that's why the rock and rollers call their music sexy music. Here's a few quotes. Deborah Harry, who was the leader of Blondie, she's got to die not anymore, but Deborah Harry, the main ingredients in rock are sex and sass. The main ingredients in rock are sex and sass. I don't know where that has a part in the Christian life. Jan Berry, Jan and Dean, the old Jan and Dean group. Jan Berry, that had the terrible automobile accident, was crippled. He said, the throbbing beat of rock provides a vital sexual release for adolescent audiences. Well, that's true. He's making a true statement. He's telling you what rock music is, parents. First book I ever wrote, Mom and Dad Sleep While the Children Rock in Satan's Cradle. It was a warning to parents. Chris Stein, who was the guitarist for Blondie, this is what he looks like today. Everyone takes it for granted that rock and roll is synonymous with sex. Oh, here we go. The rapper, Luke Campbell, Two Live Crew. The sex is definitely in the music, he said. And the sex is in all aspects of the music. I wonder if he knows what he's talking about. I think he does. I think he's an expert in rap music, rock music. I think all these people know what they're talking about. They don't have any agenda. They're not trying to pretend that the rock music is something it's not and spiritualize it. They know it's not spiritual at all. Sexy. Party music. And they're admitting and stating the truth about rock and roll music. Erwin Sibler was the editor of the folk magazine Sing Out. Sing Out. And he said the great strength of rock and roll lies in the beat. It is a music which is basically sexual and un-Puritan or un-Christian. Are they just talking off the wall? Do they not know what they're talking about? Yes, I believe they do. That indeed, rock and roll has always been sexy music. That's been the attractiveness of it.